My wife demanded, "You will pay for questioning me. Watch me truly crush your pathetic life." I nodded, recorded everything, and hired a lawyer that afternoon. By the time she realized accounts were empty and the house was in my name, I was toasting my freedom with her sister on the balcony. I, 34, male, had been with Lauren, 32, for 10 years, married for 5. We lived in Charlotte, North Carolina, in a modern 2-bedroom condo near Uptown. I worked as a senior data analyst for a logistics company, making around $115K a year. Lauren was a marketing manager for a regional clothing chain, earning about $70K. We looked like a solid couple from the outside. We ate at the same few places every week. Sushi on Thursdays, a burger place on Saturdays, brunch with her friends on Sundays. Her friends were all from college, all very social, all very loud. My friends were mostly coworkers. A few of them were married, some single, some already divorced. At game nights in our condo, I was the guy grilling wings while Lauren showed off new outfits she got with her employee discount. Around year 4 of our marriage, my company started hinting at a big expansion. They were opening a new analytics hub in Denver. Then my director called me into a quiet meeting room. He said, "We want you to lead the new analytics team in Denver." I asked. "What does that look like exactly?" he said. "Title bump to analytics manager, 160K base, 20K sign-on, yearly bonus target at 15%. Full relocation. Temporary housing for 3 months in Denver. If the hub does well, director track in 2 years." I sat there, heart pounding. Denver had always sounded nice. Mountains, cleaner air, less humid than Charlotte. Bigger role, better pay, clear growth. "I need to talk to my wife," I said. "Of course," he said. He slid the formal offer across the table. "Take a week. I am rooting for you." That night, I set the printed offer on the kitchen counter while I cooked pasta. Lauren came in, tossed her bag on the chair, and kissed my cheek. "Smells good," she said. Then she saw the paper. "What's this?" "Offer from my company," I said. "Promotion. Denver. Listen to the details." She picked it up and scanned it. Her face changed fast. "Denver," she said. "Colorado, Denver." "Yes," I said. "Manager role. 160K base, 20K sign-on, bonus target. They cover relocation, housing at first. It is a real shot at a director path." She laughed in my face. "You are kidding," she said. "You are not moving me to some cold mountain place." "Denver is not that bad," I said. "It is a big city, good food, good culture, and this is a big step up for me." She put the paper down like it was dirty. "I worked years to build my network here," she said. "My family is here. My friends are here. I am finally getting invited to real events. And you want to drag me to some random city so you can be manager instead of senior." "It is not just a title," I said. "It is more money, more responsibility, better future. We could buy a house there, real yard, good schools when we have kids." "We are not moving," she said. Her voice went flat. "I am not throwing away my life so you can feel important." That last line cut deep. I tried again. "Can we at least talk about it?" I asked. "Make a list, pros and cons." "We just did," she said. "Pro for you, con for me, end of talk." She picked up her phone, conversation over. My big chance was treated like a joke. Over the next few days, every time I brought it up, she rolled her eyes. "You are not serious," she said one night. "Nobody actually leaves a good city for some career fantasy." At brunch, she told her friends about it. "Listen to this," she said, waving her mimosa. "Michael wants to move us to Denver to be a spreadsheet boss." They laughed. Her friend Jenna said, "Awa, midlife crisis already." Another guy said, "You know those mountain cities are for people who want to sell soap on Instagram." They laughed again. I forced a smile, but my jaw felt tight. No one asked the actual numbers. No one asked how big a leap it was. It was just a punchline. That week I realized something. Lauren did not see my career as ours. She saw it as background noise to her social life. And that was when I started planning. Update when I asked my director for a video call. "I am interested," I said, "but my wife is against moving. She will not even discuss it." He frowned. "I cannot tell you how to run your marriage," he said, "but I can tell you this. If you do not take it, this is not coming again. Someone else will go to Denver. That person will be next in line." I took a breath. "What if I accept," I said, "and figure out my life around it?" He looked at me for a long moment. Then we will support you, he said. You are good at what you do, you deserve this. I did not sign that day, but the decision formed in my head. I started reading about Denver at night while Lauren watched shows, cost of living, neighborhoods, rental prices. I opened a new bank account in my name only at a different bank, nothing shady. I just adjusted my direct deposit so part of each paycheck went there. Lauren kept repeating the same lines whenever I tried to talk. You are not blowing up our lives for some job. You are not serious, I am not moving. We have a good thing, do not ruin it. Her friends backed her up. At a small house party, Jenna said, why would you leave Charlotte? It is perfect here. Another friend said, honestly, if my husband tried that, I would laugh him out of the house. Lauren looked at me. See, she said, everyone thinks this is ridiculous. I smiled politely and changed the subject. Inside, I was counting days. I started documenting things, not because I was plotting revenge yet, more because I felt something breaking. I kept a notes file on my phone. Dates when she mocked my job, times she called my goals fantasy. I looked at housing listings in Denver. Small condos first, then townhouses. Prices around $525,000 to $650,000 for decent places near the tech corridor. I also looked up local lawyers in Charlotte, family law, real estate contracts. I read reviews quietly before bed while Lauren scrolled social media. She had no idea that I was already halfway gone. Update 2: after 2 weeks, my director pinged me. Have you decided? He asked. I asked for another in-person meeting. In that glass room, I said the words out loud. I am accepting, I said. I will move to Denver, I will start the process. He grinned. Good, he said. We will send the updated paperwork tonight. Start date in Denver is April 1. We will begin relocation steps right away. I signed the offer that afternoon. I did not tell Lauren right away. I wanted to be calm and clear when I did. 2 nights later, she walked in from work. I turned off the TV. Can we talk? I asked. She sighed. If this is about Denver again, she said, I already answered. It is about Denver, I said, but this time it is not a question. She narrowed her eyes. What do you mean? She asked. I slid a printed copy of the signed offer across the coffee table. I accepted the promotion, I said. I am moving to Denver in April. Her face twisted. You did what? She said, you accepted without me. I accepted for my own career, I said. I have supported your choices for years. Now I am making one for myself. She stood up and pointed at me. You selfish idiot, she said. You cannot move. I am your wife. Yes, I said. And as my wife, you could try to understand that this helps both of us. More income, better future. She started pacing. You think I am starting over in some random city, she said. I am not. I'm not leaving my job, my friends, my parents. No way. I am not asking you to decide right now, I said. I am telling you what I am doing. You can come with me and we build a life there, or you can stay here, but I'm not staying in place forever because you like your brunch spots. She stopped and stared at me like I had slapped her. So it is me or your job, she said. It is me or Denver right now. It is not that simple, I said. I am not choosing between you and my career. I am choosing between growth and staying stuck. She crossed her arms. Then here is your choice, she said. If you go to Denver, we are done. I will make sure you regret it. Her voice turned cold. You will pay for questioning me, she said. I will crush your pathetic life. I looked at her. The person I had married was not in the room. For the first time in 10 years, I said, I believe you. My tone was calm. That shook her more than yelling would have. So what is it, she said. Are you picking me or your fantasy? I am picking self-respect, I said. I am moving. She stared at me, jaw clenched, then stormed into the bedroom and slammed the door. I slept on the couch that night, listening to the faint sound of her angry typing on her phone. Update 3: the next weeks were a slow, ugly slide. At first she was pure anger. You ruined our marriage, she said one morning. You are throwing everything away. Another day, no real man makes a choice like this. I did not yell back. I answered each line like we were in a business meeting. A real man does not stay small to keep others comfortable. A real partner does not mock and block their spouse's growth. After anger came bargaining. What if you ask for remote? She said. You can say your wife will not move. They want leadership on site, I said. It is not remote. What if you are manager here instead? She asked. There must be a role. There is not, I said. The hub is in Denver, the growth is there. Some days she tried sadness. You are abandoning me, she said. You are leaving me alone. I asked you to come, I said. You refused. That is not me leaving you. That is you choosing to stay. Then came passive insults. Some of us value family, she said one night, not just money. I value both, I said. That is why I am taking a role that supports us better. I kept everything documented, dates, phrases, threats. One afternoon, after another round of threats and insults, she said the line that became the hook of my new life. She raised her voice and stepped close. You will pay for questioning me, she said. Watch me crush your pathetic life. This time I had my phone recording in my pocket. A small red dot in the corner of the screen. I nodded once and walked away. That afternoon, I met a family lawyer in a quiet office near South Park. He listened as I explained the situation. Marriage length, no kids, shared condo, but I had put most of the down payment, my new offer, her threats, the recording. Good thing you came now, he said. You are not trying to screw her over. You are trying to protect yourself. We went over our finances. The condo was worth around $430,000. We owed $280,000. The down payment had been $90,000. I had put in $70,000. She had put in $20,000. We did not have a prenup, but he pointed out things we could do legally. We set up a plan to refinance the condo so it sat in my name, with a buyout of her share, using some of the relocation bonus and my savings. We separated some accounts on paper with clear records. No hidden money, just formal separation of what was already mostly mine from premarital savings. By the time Lauren noticed, the bank letters had already gone out. She was on the couch when the notification buzzed on her phone, then another one. Then she checked the joint account. What the hell is this? She shouted. Why is there less money here? I moved my premarital savings into an individual account, I said. I talked to a lawyer. Everything is documented. You talked to a lawyer, she yelled. You are divorcing me. I am preparing for the possibility, I said. You gave me an ultimatum. I took it seriously. She checked her email next. A notice from the bank about the refinance. Why is the refinance in your name only? She said, because I am the one who can afford the place on my own, I said. My lawyer structured a buyout of your share. You will get your portion when paperwork closes. You are stealing from me, she said. Everything is by the book, I said. You can have your own lawyer review it. She screamed, threw a cushion, and stormed out. 2 days later, I hired movers. On moving day, Lauren was not there. She stayed with her parents, sending short, angry texts. Do not touch my stuff, she wrote. I left her clothes and personal items in the second bedroom. I packed my things. My desk, my monitors, my books. When the movers closed the truck, I stood in the empty living room and felt something I had not felt in months. Relief. My temporary place in Denver was a small, furnished apartment near downtown. Nothing fancy, but the air felt lighter and the silence was mine. My first day at the new office, the manager from headquarters gave me a tour. You will have 8 analysts reporting to you, he said. You will own the pricing models. You will be the point person with leadership. I walked into my new glass-walled corner of the open floor and set my laptop down. This, I thought, is what respect looks like. Update 4 adjusting to Denver took time, but I settled in. I joined a small gym near my apartment. I started lifting again, something I had let slide in Charlotte. The trainer there, a guy named Marcus, gave me a simple plan. 3 days a week, steady progress. My neighbors were friendlier than I expected. A retired teacher across the hall brought me cookies. A young couple invited me to a trivia night. I went to a street festival one weekend. Food trucks, local bands, people dancing under string lights. I realized I was smiling for no reason. Work went well. My team responded to my style. I was calm, clear, and firm. We closed a large contract by optimizing a shipping route. That change alone saved the company about $2 million a year. My director called. Nice work, he said. This is exactly why we moved you. In June, I received my first bonus. $18K before taxes. I put most of it aside. I started working with a realtor to find a permanent place. We looked at townhouses near the tech area. One stood out. A 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, small yard, nice mountain view from the upstairs office, listed at $615,000. I like it, I said. It feels like somewhere I can build. We negotiated and settled at $600,000. I put $120,000 down between my savings and the sign-on bonus. The mortgage was high, but within reach with my salary. Around that time, Lauren's family started reaching out. Her mother called first. "Michael, what is happening?" she asked. "Lauren says you abandoned her to chase money." "That is not what happened," I said. "I asked her to come. She refused and gave me an ultimatum." I chose the promotion. I also offered a fair buyout of the condo she has not signed yet. Her mother was quiet. "She says you emptied the accounts and left her broke," she said. "That is not true," I said. "The joint account still has her portion. I moved my own savings. I met with a lawyer. Everything is legal and documented." "I did not know there were lawyers," she said softly. A few of Lauren's friends messaged me too. "She is a wreck," one wrote. "Why did you do this to her?" I did not answer most of them. For close family, I stayed polite and factual. No insults, no emotion. I did not mention the recording, not yet. Update 5: by late summer, my life looked nothing like it had in Charlotte. The townhouse closed. I moved in late August. I set up a real office with a view of the mountains. I bought a simple grill for the small balcony. That weekend, I posted a LinkedIn update. Excited to share that I have moved to Denver to lead the new analytics team for our Western logistics hub. Grateful for the opportunity, looking forward to building something strong. I kept it short, no flexing, just facts. I listed my new title as Analytics Manager. I updated my location and salary range. Within hours, the post started getting likes. People from my old office commented. "Well deserved," one said. "Knew you were going places." My old director commented, "We are lucky to have you leading the new hub." What I did not plan for was Lauren seeing it that same day. She messaged me first. "Wow," she wrote. "So you really did it." $160K and manager. You never told me the full package. I stared at that line. We had gone over the numbers. She just had not listened. Then came more messages. Screenshots of a group chat leaked to me by an old coworker. Lauren had told people I had given up a decent job for a small promotion and that we would be poorer in Denver. She told them I refused therapy, that I had a temper. After the LinkedIn post, some of them realized she had lied. An ex-coworker texted me. "Hey man," he wrote, "she told us this was a tiny role. We are seeing now it is huge. I am sorry. I should not have laughed when she made jokes." Her cousin sent me a long email. "I did not know the full story," she wrote. "I thought you just ran off. Lauren said you emptied everything and gambled on a startup. Now I see you took a giant promotion with your same company. I am sorry for judging." Her father called me next. "I owe you an apology," he said. "I was harsh when she first told us. I thought you were abandoning her. Now I see you offered her a future and she refused. I know what it means to move for work. I did it twice when I was young. I respect what you did." That validation mattered more than I expected. I forwarded a summary of all this to my lawyer. The lies, the new messages, the fact that I had kept calm and factual throughout. He wrote back, "Keep everything," he said. "It all helps." As for Lauren, the tone of her messages shifted fast. After the first shock text, she sent another. "Can we talk?" she wrote. "I did not realize the full scale of this." I did not answer yet. Update 6: 2 weeks after my LinkedIn post, there was a knock on my townhouse door. I checked the camera. Lauren stood there, clutching her purse, looking smaller than I remembered. I opened the door and stepped onto the porch. "Hi," I said. She looked past me at the interior. The hardwood floors, the simple furniture, the mountain view through the back window. "This is nice," she said. "You really did well here." "Yes," I said. "It is home." "Can we talk inside?" she asked. "We can talk out here," I said. "It is a good day." She swallowed and nodded. "I came to apologize," she said. "I panicked. I said things I did not mean." I stayed quiet. She went on. "When you first talked about Denver, I thought it was a phase," she said. I thought if I brushed it off it would go away, then you accepted without me and I felt trapped. I said I would crush you because I felt like you were crushing me. That is not an apology, I said. That is an excuse. Her eyes glistened. I am sorry, she said. I have been telling everyone you left me for some fantasy. Then I saw your post. Manager, 160K, leading a team. People respect you. I realize I held you back. She took a breath. I want to fix this, she said. I can move here. I can find a marketing job. We can get counseling. We can start over in this house. I almost laughed. You said Denver was a joke, I said. You said I was not a real man. You said you would make me pay for questioning you. You mocked me in front of your friends, then you lied about me to your family and mine. I was scared, she said. I did not know how to be supportive. I shook my head. You did not want to be supportive, I said. You wanted control. I was fine as long as my success stayed small and convenient. The moment it required a real choice, you threatened me. I am different now, she said. Look, I came here. I am ready to move. I have been looking at Denver marketing postings. I can get a job around 60K to start. We can rebuild. No, I said. She blinked. What do you mean no? She asked. I mean no, I said. I am not letting you move into the life you tried to destroy the moment you see the view is better from here. You have not changed as a person. Your circumstances changed. That is it. She gripped her purse tighter. So you are just throwing away 10 years, she said. I am choosing to stop throwing away my self-respect, I said. That is the difference. Do you have someone else? She asked. That is not your business, I said. But no, this is not about someone else. It is about not going back into a cage with a prettier lock. She wiped her eyes. You are being cruel, she said. No, I said. I am being clear. We stood in silence. A neighbor walked by with a dog and waved. I waved back, then looked at her again. You should talk to your own lawyer, I said. Sign the condo paperwork, take the buyout, and build your own life. I hope you do better with the next person. She stared at me, waiting for me to soften. I did not. She finally turned and walked away. I watched her leave, then closed the door and felt another layer of weight lift off my chest. Update 7: Lauren did not take that rejection well. 2 weeks later, I received an official-looking envelope at my townhouse. Inside was a letter from a lawyer in Charlotte. Lauren was now claiming a larger share of the condo, a portion of my relocation bonus and spousal support, despite us having been apart for months and her working full-time. I forwarded it to my lawyer. He called me. I am not surprised, he said. We will respond with the documentation. Your refinance, your premarital savings, the recording, her threats, her lies. We will also include your income history compared to hers and the fact that she refused to move. We drafted a firm but polite response. No insults, just clear facts and legal references. Within a month, her lawyer backed off most of the demands. The best they could argue for was a clean split of the condo equity with the original numbers, which was already covered by the buyout offer on the table. My lawyer suggested mediation. We joined a video call, cameras on, neutral mediator present. Lauren tried one last time to paint herself as abandoned. He left me without warning, she said. He emptied accounts and ran to Denver. My lawyer played a short clip of the recording with her voice clear. You will pay for questioning me, she said in the recording. Watch me crush your pathetic life. The mediator looked at her. That is not a man abandoning his wife, he said. That is a man reacting to a threat. Lauren went silent. After mediation, she switched tactics. She started posting vague quotes on social media. Some men only pretend to be good, one post said. They will leave you when you stop feeding their ego. She never used my name, but anyone who knew us understood. What she did not plan for was other people pushing back. Her cousin commented, that is not what happened and you know it. Another person wrote, he took a huge promotion and asked you to join. You refused. Stop lying. Even Jenna, the brunch friend, posted on her own page. When your friend tells you her husband ruined her life, maybe check whether she mocked his career for years and then lied about him leaving for some fantasy job, she wrote. I stayed out of those threads. I let her own words and old lies catch up with her. My lawyer advised me to keep everything. I saved screenshots and kept my head down. We finally signed the divorce agreement. Simple, clean. She received her fair share of the condo equity, no spousal support, no claim to my Denver house. The social media storm died down. The legal letters stopped. My life kept moving. Update 8: a year passed from the day I landed in Denver. My salary had risen to $175K after a strong performance review. The team grew to 12 analysts. I promoted 2 of them to senior roles. I had refinanced my Denver townhouse to a better rate. I even started looking at a small rental condo as an investment, a 1-bedroom downtown listed at $310,000. I ran the numbers and decided to buy it, using it as a long-term asset. I was not alone anymore either. Shortly after moving, I had kept in light contact with Lauren's younger sister, Megan. Not in a romantic way at first. She had always been the quiet one in the family, the one who rolled her eyes when Lauren and her friends got loud and mean. She texted me once during the early divorce stages. "I am sorry about my sister," she wrote. "I have seen how she talks to you. You do not deserve that." We drifted into occasional chats. She asked about Denver. I asked about her nursing program in Raleigh. Months later, after the divorce was final and after I had time alone, she visited Denver for a conference. She worked as a cardiac nurse now, making around $85K. Her hospital sent her to a training in the city. We met for dinner. It felt natural. No drama, no mind games, just 2 people talking like adults. Over the next months, we stayed in contact. We were both careful. We kept things slow, respectful, honest with ourselves and each other. By the time a year had passed, Megan had accepted a travel nurse contract in Denver. Not for me, but for the better pay and change of pace. 18-week contract, $3K per week after taxes. We dated openly only after she moved. We told her parents right away. They were shocked at first, then weirdly relieved that at least one of their daughters was with someone stable. Lauren did not take it well, of course. She sent one furious message. "You stole my sister," she wrote. I did not reply. It was not worth engaging. One night, Megan and I stood on my balcony, wine in hand, watching the sunset paint the sky over the mountains. "You look lighter," she said, "even compared to when I first visited, happier." "I am," I said. "This all started when your sister promised to crush my life. I believed her for a while. Now I see she only crushed the part of me that tolerated disrespect." She hugged me. "She made her choices," Megan said. "You made yours." The final message from Lauren came a week later. It was long, but one line stood out. "I see now that I ruined the best thing I ever had," she wrote. "I am sorry, I regret everything." I read it twice. Then I wrote back. "I hope you learn from this," I wrote. "I wish you peace, but I am done." That was all. I did not hit send right away. I thought about it overnight, then sent it in the morning and muted the thread. Closure is not a big speech. Sometimes it is a short, honest sentence. Final update: a few months after that last message, Megan and I flew back to North Carolina for a weekend. Her father had asked us to visit. He met us at the airport, older and softer than I remembered. At dinner in their house, Lauren was not there. She had moved to a small apartment across town. Her mother looked tired but kind. Halfway through the meal, her father cleared his throat. "Michael," he said, "there is something I want to say." I put my fork down. He continued. "When this all started, I believed Lauren's version," he said, "that you abandoned her for money, that you tricked her with the condo, that you were cold." He shook his head. "I come from a time when men moved their families for work," he said. "I did it myself, twice. Your offer was not some fantasy, it was a big step. I should have seen that." He looked at Megan, then back at me. "We raised our daughters to be strong," he said. "But with Lauren, we let strength turn into entitlement. We made excuses when she was cruel. We laughed when she mocked boyfriends. We told ourselves it was just her personality." His eyes glistened. "You were the first man who ever held a hard line with her," he said. "You said, 'This is what I am doing.' You did not fold when she threatened you, and she could not handle that." Her mother nodded. "I am sorry for judging you," she said, "and I am sorry for how she treated you. We should have corrected her years ago. Maybe things would be different now." I took a breath. "I appreciate your words," I said, But you do not owe me anything. I made my choices too. I let her talk down to me for years. I kept peace instead of setting limits. Megan squeezed my hand under the table. Her father asked, "What would you say to someone in your position now?" I thought for a moment. "I would say this," I said. "If your partner mocks your dreams and cuts you down, that is not love. If they treat your growth like a threat, that is not partnership. You can either shrink yourself to stay, or you can go build the life you know you should have." I looked at him. "And if they promise to crush your life when you choose yourself," I said, "believe them. Then protect yourself. Not by hurting them, not by playing dirty, but by making calm, smart moves. Get advice, document everything, act with logic instead of rage." Her mother asked softly, "Are you happy now?" I smiled. "Yes," I said. "I wake up in a city I chose, in a house I bought, going to a job I like with a partner who wants me to win. That is enough." Back in Denver, life was not perfect. Work had stress. The market went up and down. Megan had hard days at the hospital, but my home was peaceful. Sometimes on quiet evenings, we sat on the balcony, a simple meal between us, the mountains dark against the fading sky. I would think back to that moment in the old condo when Lauren promised to destroy me for daring to want more. She did not destroy me. She revealed me. She pushed me to decide what kind of man I wanted to be. One who stayed small to keep someone else comfortable, or one who took a risk on his own future. I chose the second. And in the end, that choice did not just give me better pay or nicer views. It gave me myself.